Well, I'm putting the spotlight on the electronic manufacturing services. It's called EMS. How big is this opportunity? A lot of stocks are buzzing in the last couple of months as well. In fact, last week we saw a debut of a new company called IQ Lightings, and that listed at a 45% premium to the issue price. And in fact, next week we're going to see another company which will issue, the issue will open for that. That is Cyient DLM, the demerged arm of Cyient, and the issue will open on June 27. So there is a lot of buzz which is going around in this particular space. So let's look at the bigger picture, the large picture, and how big is this opportunity. Globally, the market is expected to be $3 trillion by CY25, and it is growing at a 5% CAGR. Of that, the EMI pie is going to be the fastest moving pie. It's going to reach nearly $1.1 trillion by CY25, and that's going to grow at nearly 5.5%. Now look at the breakup of how the countries are panned out and where India stands currently. India currently has just a 2.2% market share in the global pie. That is going to go up by 4 folds to 7% by CY26. So the opportunity is quite big when you look at the global picture. Now look at the components which contributes to this whole big pie and what is in the radar. The traditional businesses are mobile phones, consumer electronics, and industrials to some extent. Now what will be the growth drivers would be the medical devices, aerospace and defense. That's where a lot of companies are getting into, and the clean energy. That's going to be the big drivers for this EMS plays going forward, and hence you're seeing a lot of action as well. Now look at the stock price movement and the valuation as well, because there is a lot of buzz as well. So I thought I'll put the numbers into perspective. So this year, if you look at the performance of individual stocks, Keynes Technology has nearly doubled in the last 6 odd months. Syrma Technologies is up close to 57%. Avalon is up close to 36 odd percent. But look at the multiples at what they're trading at. Just if you can go back and see, Keynes Technologies is trading at close to 52 times on FY24 price to earnings. Syrma is now trading at 45 times, and Avalon is trading at 40 odd times. Look at the other few names as well, which have been buzzing off late. Dixon Technology has been there for a while now. That stock is up 17% YTD, but it's still trading at close to 66 times on an FY24 earnings. Amber is trading at close to 36 times. Even that stock is already 25%. And as I spoke about the IQ, the new company which got listed, that's up 53% from the listing price. But keep an eye on the earnings as well, the multiples as well. None of the companies are trading less than 40 times. And while the opportunity is large, and there could be a lot of winners as well, but it's going to be challenging as well. And there are a lot of companies who are actually doing some CDMO work which will actually benefit in terms of margins. But there has to be some valuation which looks like it's going out of the whack at this point in time. So let me ask Mir, you must have got exposure to some of these EMS companies as well. What is your take on the opportunity? And in terms of valuations, how are they looking to you from a near-term perspective?
Sure. So we have some exposure, not a large one, sure. Unfortunately. We should probably have had more, given the way stock prices are. But we were not sure about the valuations, as you mentioned. Valuations of 50-60 times does imply a huge amount of optimism in the share prices as far as growth is concerned. But to your question on opportunity size, I don't think there is much doubt on the size of the opportunity. It's just a question of how fast the companies will be able to ramp up their production facilities.
Mir, just sorry, one thing. All these companies, global companies which are setting up, Micron, Apple, is there any, because so far we've not had any of these companies, actually not many have started operations, there have been announcements, but is there a boost because of that also to these companies or no? I mean,
see, once the biggies come in, they will set up their own supply and component ecosystem.
So these guys can,
unlisted and listed companies will be able to participate in the supply chain for the components ecosystem, yes.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks Mihir for coming down to the studio and discussing all those sectors and giving us your insights as well in terms of the markets. And thanks guys for joining in. We're off to the weekend, and on that note, we'll wrap up on this edition of Editors Roundtable. Many thanks for watching. The news continues on the other side.